Hey, okay, so we're here at PAX East in Boston, and we're gonna go in and play Shredder's Revenge, the new Turtles beat 'em up game. This thing's been super popular today, crazy lines outside, but we got the little media room, we're gonna go check this out. Apologize ahead of time for the sound, it's really loud. We only had so much room to put the camera, but let's go take a look at the game, see what it looks like.
There's headphones right here for whoever wants to use them. Yeah. You should be good to go.
Always Donatello. Yeah, he should be coming to the table. I told him to go to the front counter. If he does it, it's not as huge deal though.
So yeah, if you have thoughts or questions right off the bat, I can help you.
So how did you guys get into the whole thing about let's make a new Ninja Turtle beat 'em up? Like, what was the thought process behind that?
Well, at Tribute Games, we're an independent company, and we always did our own titles. But there was one thing that our co-founder said that we'll always work on original ideas, but we can't say no to two things: Turtles and Mega Man.
Okay.
So, and for a couple of years, we've been like lurking and circling Nickelodeon, saying like, "Hey, we'd love to do a Turtles game. We'd like to do a beat 'em up, like the classic arcade games of old, and that's what we want to do." And sometimes we got offered other franchises from Nickelodeon, but we'd say no. It's Turtles or bust. So, Dotemu was going through the same process, and eventually both companies met in San Francisco, I think, at GDC. And they talked, so they pitched an idea together to Nickelodeon, and they said yes, so we got to do this sweet game.
That must have been very exciting.
Oh yeah,
as a developer.
Very exciting. I mean, that type of process takes years, so it's initially exciting, and then it just like it becomes some sort of like fog, like you don't know if it's amorphous. But when we got the okay, then yeah, that became really exciting.
Yeah. So just on the surface, I mean, a couple of things that stick out to me, because I mean, for me, growing up, the two most memorable things I've ever done in an arcade was number one, the day Mortal Kombat 2 showed up for the first time, and number two, the first time we went to a birthday party and you could actually have enough quarters to beat the original Turtles game.
Yes.
And go through it. And you guys seem to have gone through, and I mean, you guys have the stars, like the dizzy effect. You guys have the counters, the life bars. I mean, it's very much like a tribute to like Turtles in Time and the old Turtles arcade game, which most people find are two of the best beat 'em ups ever. So
yeah, well, that's was one of our goals, is that just make a game that feels how we remember those games. Not exactly how they were, because they had some limitations from hardware way back when, and stuff like that.
You're fine.
This is my hand a bit.
I got a mic. We'll figure it out.
So yeah, so it's making a game that feels both the way the arcade game made us feel, and how the opening credits of the '87 cartoon feel. So, you know, action-packed, bit of comedy, intensity, and it's dynamic. And it's also about these four turtles playing together, which is also like there's a bunch of beat 'em up you can play in an arcade, but there's something about being four around the game and being the four turtles that feels special somehow.
Yeah, it's a family thing. It's a brothers thing. So.
Yeah. So that's something we really wanted to capture with these games. Like, there's a bunch of us at Tribute Games used to work at Ubisoft.
Okay.
They made a beat 'em up, Turtles beat 'em up based on the 2007 animated movie, and it was pretty cool. But it wasn't Game Boy Advance, so only like it didn't have any multiplayer.
You couldn't get
Yeah, so even though that was cool, it lacked that turtle special multiplayer feeling.
I like the way that the graphical style of it. It looks like an older, like, you know, arcade game back when I was a kid, but yet it's still polished off and it's gorgeous looking.
Oh,
it really is. It's very pretty.
I mean, our artists are amazing. They really made all these painted background and these really specific character animations for each character. For like, the turtles have pretty much like the same body and a different weapon, but they move differently. They run differently. They have different type of attacks. It was a way to like give them and also Splinter and April a lot of character.
Yeah, so that's a big change. Is that, you know, normally you only get the four turtles. You guys actually have Splinter and April in here.
Yes.
Which I think is the first time they've been playable since the fighting game, I think, on the Genesis.
At least that type of classic beat 'em up format. Yeah, I think it's the first time. So yeah, well, the first official time.
Yeah. Were there other characters you guys wanted to add to it, and Nintendo said no? I mean, Nickelodeon said no, or?
Not really. But the thing is, making these characters takes a long time. So especially because they're so lushly animated.
Yeah.
So it's not like we could have one on the drawing board that we could do or couldn't put in. But I mean, if the game is successful enough and people like it enough, maybe we'll get DLC and we'll get to add new characters.
Yeah. I mean, Casey Jones DLC would sell quite well, I would think.
A lot of people want it. So.
I was hoping there's gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping there's gonna be some kind of surprise where we got here and Casey was gonna be playable. So.
Well, again, a lot of people want it. So if Nickelodeon and gets to know that through the success of the game, maybe that'll happen.
Yeah.
And you know, stuff like this, like the animation, like in between levels, you used to have like just an illustration really with sound effects, but now we can get to animate it slightly and maybe give it more depth and stuff like that. That's sort of an example of what we're trying to add to the building blocks of the classic arcade games. And there's also the fact that because we're partnering with Dotemu, like they have like with Streets of Rage 4, they have like recent beat 'em up experience. Like how should a beat 'em up feel or play in the 2020s? So that they really like help us out with that and give us that knowledge and expertise.
Yeah, and I mean, I've gone through Streets of Rage 4 front to back on every system probably close to 50, 60 times. I love that game, and I mean, it feels tight like that game did. That game was incredibly well controlled. This game feels just as good.
Ah, thanks.
So it does. It feels really nice.
So yeah, it's not just like lifting the stuff from the arcade that we like, although there is a lot of that. But it's you know, it's the right quality of life ingredients to add.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's pizzas that fill up both players. It's a special meter bar that recharges a bit more easier.
The pizza for everyone thing it's a good call, because I remember, you know, me and my brothers, fist fights would break over who picked up the food off the ground, you know?
Exactly.
Was there any kickback from or pushback from Nickelodeon to do the game with the one of the current animation styles as opposed to this classic style?
Not really. No. We had no problem with that because from the word go, we wanted it to be the '87 Turtles because that's the ones we grew up. I mean, I guess if they told us, okay, you can sort of create your own version of the Turtles, not to any other version, it would have ended up looking somewhat like this anyways. But like the '87 version slash Archie Comics version is the one. There you have a sushi box that you can pick up as well.
Okay.
Because Splinter loves sushi, but so yeah, it would have been that version anyways.
No, I mean that's good that they let you kind of do your thing because like everything else, as a new cartoon would come out, the games would all be themed towards that new cartoon, the toys, etc. So it's nice to be able to go back to like, the way it first started, basically.
Yeah, well, they still like sell fancy like the NECA figures and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Super 7s and everything. Yeah,
that are 87 inspired.
Yeah.
So I think that they know that there's.
Yeah, I'm one of them. So. And this is it's gonna come to console and computer, right?
Yeah, consoles and Steam.
Okay, and we're doing a 4-player local.
Yes,
That's awesome.
4-player local and online as well.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. You can't find a lot of couch co-op games anymore, so that's especially if you got kids or something like that. It's nice that kids actually sit down and play at the same time. You don't get that very often unless it's like a Lego game,
Well, that's something again. Really, there's just something special about beat 'em ups with a friend. Like for me, it's really a big memory of renting a cartridge on Super Nintendo and playing whether like it's Combat Tribes or like whatever.
Final Fight or whatever.
Exactly.
No, this is great. I mean, I'm not glad it's a memory kind of thing. How do you do the
LB.
Oh, LB? Oh, okay.
Yeah, left bumper.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. That's that's a great. The revive feature is great.
Yeah, it's another quality of life idea. And there's something like really adorable about seeing the turtle like giving you pizza. So.
Is it unlimited continue, or is there like a fit amount?
It depends on your the story mode you're playing. Okay, there's a story mode, but there's an arcade mode.
Excellent.
So the story mode is a bit more forgiving, and you level up some of your moves. Whereas in arcade mode, which is what you're playing right now, you already have most of the moves right out of the box.
Is there anything similar to Street Rage? You could go back through and do like time attacks and get graded for levels. Is there anything like replay value wise like that? We can keep playing through.
You can replay levels, and there are awards and stuff. There's also we don't have it in this version really, but you can find hidden characters, cameos in some levels. So there are little extras like this, but I guess the core trunk of the game is that experience.
Okay. So big question. Do we have a release date yet?
Summer 2022.
Oh,
this summer.
Yes. So that soon. Excellent.
So this summer.
Are we doing physicals as well as digital, or is it digital only right now?
We announced today that there's going to be physical with limited run.
Okay.
And but that has not been.
No, that's fine. I assumed there's gonna be something like that anyway. So I was just curious because this one, I'll probably buy it both ways. So I like to have limited run. It'd be great if they can do like the big big Genesis cartridge, like a big arcade machine cartridge or something. And then will there be any difference between, like, say, a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 5 version, or is it basically just...
No, it's going to be all the same.
Okay.
It's all the same version.
Okay, awesome.
We did not go into, like, ideas about, like, specific characters only available on one.
Okay,
like say Tournament Fighters was back in the day. Or...
Yeah, exactly. So I can't hear because you got the headphones on. Is there any how like the music in the game? Because obviously it's loud in here and everything.
Yeah.
Do we have any like callbacks like the older music?
Yes, there are hidden signatures here and there, but a lot of what T-Loads does.
Just a little hit here or there just to kind of get you.
But it's wonderful. Like I remember the first time I listened to one of the later boss themes.
Yeah.
And I just like groaned at home, and my girlfriend, because we're working in the same room, she was like, "What's happening?" Like, this boss music is.
If you want to listen.
No, it's okay, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, because that's one thing. Like with you said you guys partnered with them. One thing that they do with Street Rage is that had just some of the songs had little hints from like the old game. It's just nostalgia. It's a heck of a drug,
Yeah, oh, for sure. Like, when you do, when you become a nostalgia pusher, like we become, like, no,
it's the way to do it now.
Yeah. Well, it's the way to do it, but it's also for that type of project that you sort of have to, let's say.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's
I'm gonna try to get you.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh no, this is bad. Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you.
Oh, we did it.
Hey, got him. Hey, I'm dead, but that's okay.
I have like no health left.
Yeah. I mean, this is really good. Like,
yeah.
I'm not just like, I mean, it's not to be. You have a really. You've seen the crowd out there today. It's been, you know, it's been probably one of the most popular spots here. So. Oh yeah. So good, so good.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much for letting us play. So, Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, some point in time this year.
Yeah, summer.
Summer this year, all systems.
All systems.
Awesome. Thank you much, man. Appreciate it.
Good.
I'm not kidding. I'm so excited. Like,
Well, I'm really excited seeing people play because we've been like making it in our remote offices
yeah.
for a couple of years, and now it's
Okay, so that was Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. Awesome game. Comes out August, digital, and then look for a limited run release hopefully after that. PC, Steam, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox and Switch. Awesome game. 4 playable Turtles, April Splinter. I was talking to him, hopefully possibly DLC with Casey, we'll see. If you want Casey to come out, buy the game, support the game. But this right here, best game at PAX, hands down. So everyone don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for checking it out.